similar environment, and that's why we are opening our master classes and our and talk about how they have played a major role in shaping our country's cinema. The Indian panorama is going to be featuring 25 feature films, 20 non-feature films, and that again is from all parts of our country.
Before that, I was a director. Now suddenly I'm paid and retired. I'm not retired at all. To assure you. When I was first asked, it took me 1 second to say yes. क्या होता है? हाँ बोल देते हो आप इसके बाद फिर क्यों हाँ बोल देते हो? Then you start thinking, and I've said thinking, how can I not support the Indian film industry, the Indian Film Festival? How can I not support anything to do with Indian film? Because I am, because Indian film is, because I have my whole career depends on that. But, as you rightly said, it's our audiences. When the audiences applaud, we are. If the audiences don't applaud, we don't exist. And now taking on this idea that I'm older than anybody on this, but I remember going to a theatre, the fan noise is going on, the baby next to you is crying, there are mics down there, and we went in the theatre. We constantly go to the theatre. So the first thing that came to me is that we have to celebrate. Our audiences are, they took anything from us. Prasoon and I have many conversations. This film is good here, this film is bad, what are we doing? But they all went. And so the audiences created us, so we have to celebrate the audiences, and that's one of the things that we have to do. The other things, as you rightly said, the youth, absolutely. I was once a very young filmmaker. I rebelled against everything there is. Then, as rebellion goes on, then you start saying, सिर्फ rebellion नहीं है, थोड़ा सा social conscious भी रखो. कोई film अच्छी भी बनाओ. Rebellion is not the only thing that creates rebellion. We understood that. And then, what you said about Goa, we're the only one who said Indian Film Festival. There's a Cannes Film Festival, there's a Berlin Film Festival, there's a Tokyo Film Festival. And this year, I think that in the coming years, we should give more and more to Goa. You take more responsibility. Make it really, because Goa, because the festival is a celebratory capital of India. So make it more important. And the one other thing that's really important, this I'm going to say with great regret, film's only 5% of what people read. There are so many other technologies that are coming. There's so many others. I know that short form video, only 5% of our population reads film. So we have a responsibility to nurture this idea. Theatrical film is becoming less and less important. But we need to keep this idea of theatrical. It's something that we need to nurture without actually saying that it's the only important thing. Because storytelling is everything. I can sit here and give you a 30-second video and I'll tell you a story. If I cannot tell you a story in a 30-second video, if I cannot tell you a story in 5 minutes or 1 minute, then nobody's going to remember, nobody's going to listen. So storytelling becomes absolutely the most important thing of anything that we do in the creative art. Everything is a story. But we need to actually preserve this one thing that India, because don't forget, we took a Western technology, our audiences, we took a Western technology since Raja Harishchandra, and we made the biggest film industry in the world. There's something about us that we cannot help but tell stories. So welcome to storytelling, welcome, and thank you very much for taking me on. I'll do my best in whatever capacity I can do. And by next year, if you say, Shekhar, आपने कुछ भी नहीं किया, ठीक है ना, तो veteran नाम तो निकल जाएगा. I'll become a filmmaker. Thank you very much.
journey, right from when I got involved, I think one thing which I have been very passionate about, uh, and where I think I feel that there can be lots can be done here. ये फिल्म फेस्टिवल तो बहुत सारे होते हैं हमारे देश में भी होते हैं, विदेशों में भी होते हैं। और शुरू से जो आपको याद होगा कि सालों पहले उस वक्त भी मैं इसका हिस्सा था और आई वाज एंगेज संजय जी वेरी क्लोजली at that time when we launched the creative minds, young creative minds, 75 creative minds of tomorrow. इसकी जब कल्पना कर रहे थे, इसकी जब सोच कर रहे थे, उस वक्त मैंने ये कहा था, जो लोगों उस वक्त उनको याद होगा कि बहुत से हमारे देश के स्टोरी टेलर्स हैं, इन्हें मंच नहीं मिल पाता। दिस इज द कंट्री ऑफ रेस्टलेस ड्रीम्स। ये रेस्टलेस ड्रीम्स का देश है और स्टोरी टेलर्स का देश है। उस समय अगर हम चाहते हैं कि कहानियों में डाइवर्सिटी आए, कि हम कहते हैं कि बहुत सारे सेक्शंस हैं, मर्मर्स हैं हमारे सोसाइटी के, जो हमें सुनने को नहीं मिलते, तो वो कैसे सुनने को मिलेंगे अगर आपको कहानी को फिल्मों में परिवर्तित करने वाले लोग एक ही शहर से आएंगे। अगर एक ही शहर ये बीड़ा उठा लें कि हम फिल्में बनाएंगे, उसी शहर में रहने वाले वहाँ पे ही लोग अगर फिल्में बनाएंगे, तो आपको ऐसे विषय कैसे मिलेंगे? आप कहते हैं कि हमको फिल्मों में किसान का पोर्ट्रेयल ऑथेंटिक नहीं लगा। भाई ऑथेंटिसिटी कहाँ से आएगी? जब तक जड़ों से कहानी कहने का साहस नहीं होगा लोगों में। दूसरा क्या हो जाता है कि फिल्में, शेखर जी यहाँ बैठे हैं, इनसे ज़्यादा ये तो निष्णात हैं इसमें, and I have a privilege of working very closely and learning so much from him. पर शेखर जी ये से कोई इनकार नहीं कर सकता कि कहीं ना कहीं फिल्म जो है वो टैलेंट से ज़्यादा हिम्मत का काम हो जाता है। तो फिल्म जो है वो हिम्मत वाले की प्रॉपर्टी हो जाती है, जिसकी हिम्मत है वो सब कुछ झेल सके और पिक्चर को अंत तक उस तक पहुँचा सके। क्यों होना चाहिए ऐसा? ये तो प्रतिभा वाले की बात होनी चाहिए, जिसके पास कहानी हो उसको मंच मिलना चाहिए। और होता क्या है कि हम देखते हैं कि बहुत सी कहानियां स्टोरी इन्फेंटिसाइड होता है, वो कहानियों की भ्रूण हत्या, क्योंकि उसके पास रिसोर्सेज नहीं है, क्योंकि वो पहुंचा ही नहीं सकता अपनी बात। तो ऐसे में इफी जैसा फेस्टिवल जो कि नेशनल मंच है, वो कैसे उन लोगों के लिए सार्थक बने, उन लोगों के लिए एक रोल अदा करे जिनको अदरवाइज न फिल्म इतना उनके पास धन होता है, न इतनी सुविधाएं होती हैं कि वो इंटरनेशनली, बहुत से फिल्म मेकर्स हैं तो पूरे साल दे आर ट्रैवलिंग एंड अटेंडिंग फिल्म फेस्टिवल्स अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, बट देयर आर पीपल हु एक्चुअली रिक्वायर दैट एक्सपोजर। तो यंग क्रिएटिव माइंड की कल्पना और उसकी जो शुरुआत की गई थी, यहाँ से की गई थी। और मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि हमारे अश्विनी जी जो है, जब वो आए उनसे मैंने चर्चा की यंग क्रिएटिव की बात में, तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, कल का भविष्य, फ्यूचर इज नाउ की जो बात है वो कि कल का भविष्य आज ही है, मतलब आज से ही शुरू हो रहा है। एंड स्पेशली आई वांट टू मेक अनदर पॉइंट इन द एआई व्हिच शेखर अगेन वी टॉक अ लॉट अबाउट, कि एआई जो है डेटाबेस है। एआई में बहुत सी चीज़ें आप देखेंगे, कल को स्क्रिप्ट्स आएंगी, फिल्में भी बनकर शायद एआई आपके सामने प्रस्तुत कर दे, एंड यू विल सी एआई क्रिएटेड वर्क, बट एआई रिलाइज ऑन डेटा, जो हो चुका है उससे प्रेरणा देता है। और ये भारत है जो होना बाकी है, इसका मतलब हमारे पास बहुत ऑथेंटिक ओरिजिनलिटी है, जिसको कि विश्व को सुनने का समय आ गया है। सो आई थिंक दिस द एंटायर फोकस on the future of filmmakers and giving the platform to people who otherwise will not get, I think is the focus of this year's, and that's and Sanjay ji is here, and I think very very thankful that you took it forward and that. So this is one, and I think other things is trying to make it as accessible as possible. I think that also is something which I must think that we should be able to, whether it's accessibility, whether it's getting the voices focus on women and other voices. I think it's very, very important.
Such a special kind of events are enhancing this festival. This festival is internationally, you will compare, our festival is one of the largest festival in the international level. Our IFFI, you can compare with Khan or some other festival. You see last how many years? Last year and last year, our media people also came there, you presented there. So you find the differences, the festival, how it is glorious, festival is taking place. So our secretary sir is mentioned the festival events and what we are going to celebrate, how we are going to celebrate. So the response, you see that more than 2,000 international films are entered here. So that is the response we are getting from the international audience and international delegates. They are coming here. Earlier this festival is happened in Delhi, in Chennai, in somewhere in Hyderabad, like that. This festival we are taking it all over the country. So now we are seeing how the Indian cinemas are playing a huge responsibility and huge role, and they are playing in economic activities also. The IFFI is an international festival. It is not less than Khan festival, because people think Khan is the, but more than Khan festival you are getting here Atmanirbhar Bharat. So we are our Prime Minister's vision. What facilities you need the international level, the same facilities we are giving in the IFFI at Goa. So I don't want to explain the events because our secretary also already mentioned, and one more presentation is there. Our joint secretary is going to give a detailed presentation about the events. So I don't want to go to the events, and our Dynamic Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi's guidance, our Minister Sri Ashwin Vaishnavi's leadership. So we are taking this festival in the international level as a global level, and such wonderful, glorious festival. I call for all the industry people to come forward to join the festival. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
This is our idea of expressing your wisdom, not age.
Has been chosen as the young to focus on the young filmmakers, and because the future is now, so that is, and believing that young filmmakers will continue to transform this creative students from all across Indian film schools. This will make that the festival screening seats. There are 7 films which will be played in the section curated from the celebrated Australian Day. The international section, as sir has already briefed, we have record number of entries, specifically curated, 15 curated. It will, apart from the restored classics, which are centenary dedicated films, which who will come there, and they have already been, he has agreed and he has come on board in a big way. Last but not the least, you are requested.